So we have looked at the voltages in a transformer, right? We have analyzed V1 and V2. Now let's look at what's happening to my currents. Okay, we have a current I1 which is flowing into the primary, and if you're going to connect a load over here across your V2, then you're going to have a current which is flowing through your load. Okay, let's just say that current is I2, which is the current flowing in your secondary, right? So just see over here, you basically have your magnetic flux which is flowing in closed loop. Okay, so since your flux is flowing in a closed loop, what you have is basically a magnetic circuit. Okay, so if you remember your magnetic circuit theory, then your magnetic circuit basically comprises of MMF, it comprises of flux, and it comprises of reluctance. Okay, so you can just relate these quantities to your EMF in a regular electric circuit, a current in electric circuit, and a resistance in a electric circuit. Okay, so whatever you have rules for these quantities, you have similar rules for these quantities. Okay, just like EMF across a circuit is given by current flowing in the circuit into the resistance of a circuit. Similarly, we have MMF, which is given by F, is equal to your flux, which is phi, into the reluctance of your magnetic circuit. Okay, now you also must be knowing MMF due to a current carrying coil is equal to N into I. Okay, where N is the number of turns in your coil and I is the current flowing through that coil. Okay, so in this scenario we have two coils, right? Your MMF generated due to this coil would be N1 into I1. Okay, your MMF generated due to this coil is N2 into I2. Okay, number of turns over here is N2 and the current flowing over here is I2. Okay, since these MMFs are opposite, your net MMF across this magnetic circuit is N1 into I1 minus N2 into I2. Okay, that's your MMF, and this is equal to your flux flowing in the magnetic circuit into your reluctance of the magnetic circuit. I'll just copy this and we are going to analyze it over here. Now we are looking at an ideal transformer. Okay, in an ideal transformer we assume that reluctance is 0. Okay, your reluctance is 0 basically means your S is equal to 0. Okay, if this guy becomes 0, then basically you're looking at N1 into I1 minus N2 into I2 equal to 0. Okay, or in other words, what you're seeing is N1 into I1 is equal to N2 into I2, or your I1 upon I2 is equal to N2 upon N1. Okay, just recollect, your V1 upon V2 is equal to N1 upon N2, but your ratio of currents is reverse of that, it is N2 upon N1. So your I1 upon I2, which is your current flowing in primary upon current flowing in secondary, is equal to ratio of turns in secondary upon turns in primary. Okay, so just look over here. If your N2 is greater than N1, okay, if your number of coils in secondary is greater than primary, then you're going to get your voltage in secondary greater than voltage in primary. However, since N2 is greater than N1, this quantity would be greater than 1, or your I1 would be greater than I2. Okay, so although you have stepped up your secondary voltage, you